All right, so today we are covering the the SI system, the International System of Measuring. So you have your handout in front of you, all right? And so what I want to do is real quickly, go through the parts that we need to go through. First of all, the SI system has one main purpose. It is to make sure that we are all speaking the same language, okay? So for example, if you've had biology, all right, in biology, you've heard a thing called scientific names. There is common name, there is scientific name. So, for example, if you ever heard of a mountain lion, right? Mountain lion, everybody's heard of that? Okay. I don't mean the drink at Food Lion. That's the rip-off of the Mountain Dew. All right. But a mountain lion. What about a puma? Ever heard of a puma? Okay. Yes. All right. And what about a cougar? Ever heard of a cougar? I don't mean the old lady who goes after young guys. All right. Ever heard of a cougar? Okay. Those are all the same cat. They're all the same big cat. They just got different names from the different countries from which they come from. Okay, so what happens is we could have a conversation. I'm talking about a cougar. You're talking about a mountain lion. And we think we're talking about two different things, but we're really talking about the same thing. And that could lead to confusion. Just like some of y'all have nicknames. Hey, somebody saw, DeAndre down the street. Oh, okay. Aren't you going to go do something? I don't know DeAndre. Yeah, you do. He's in your class. No, I don't. I don't have a DeAndre. Yeah, you do. All right. And then it ends up being, I knew him as Stephen, but he also had another name of DeAndre. So I didn't know we were talking about the same person. Okay, that's kind of how we can have confusion. Well, the SI system has the same issue, all right? Because again, when we measure things, for example, yesterday when we measured the distance of the line on the board, I said that we were measuring that in what? Inches. What's another way that we could measure distance? Centimeters. What's another way we can measure distance? Feet. What's another way we can measure distance? Miles, right? So the whole point here is if I'm saying, hey, that's like, that's 13 inches in distance. Right? Some of you get an idea of that, right? But if I said this was 13 centimeters, some of you are like, I don't even know how far that is. Okay? 13 centimeters. How far is 13 centimeters? I don't know. I never deal with centimeters. So that could lead to some confusion. All right? Another example we could have confusion is this. If you look at your notes, see where it says temperature in Bethel? All right? If you got a temperature in Bethel, so let's just say this. Somebody real quick, somebody find a temperature in Bethel right now, or wherever we are right now. Got it? Oh, I thought you went to look, so I figured you might have it. 37? All right, he's got 37. Are we good with 37? Yep. All right, 37 degrees, right? So here, let me go ahead and ask you this question, okay? Let's say, by the way, you know what it's going to be like next Monday? It's going to be like 70. Okay? Well, I don't like 70. I don't like 70 in the middle of January or February. I mean, I want it to be cold. So my point is this, though. Ready? 70 degrees. Eric, Orlandra, still got people in the homeland? Yeah? All right. Yeah? No? Yeah. All right. So let's say they're talking to one of their relatives in the homeland. And the relative says, hey, what's the temperature there today? They go, today, it's nice. It's 70 degrees. They're going to go like this. Say, what? 70 degrees? And then they're going to mention some kind of, something that's like, religious. Ay, Dios mío. All right. And the whole point is this. When the homeland people hear 70 degrees, they think in 70 degrees Celsius. Okay? But when you said 70 degrees, you meant 70 degrees what? Fahrenheit. That's a difference. Okay? 70 degrees Fahrenheit for y'all will feel nice. 70 degrees Celsius, right? That's going to be like probably 180 degrees. Okay? So imagine, they're thinking, oh my God, that's 180 degrees Fahrenheit. You must be in hell. All right? And sometimes you do feel like that during first period. So the point here is we got to make sure we speak a common language. So that's the whole point of the SI system. Now, if you look at the bottom part of your sheet and then the back of the sheet, those are going to be specific dimensions that we are going to address throughout the semester. So like distance, we just mentioned. We measure distance in inches here, right? Centimeters, miles, right? But in the SI system, look at distance. What is the basic unit? Meters. So meters is the basic unit of which we measure things. Now, some of you are saying, I don't even know what a meter is. A meter is really simple. This right here, that is 1 meter. Okay? So 1 meter, when you look at this, is about 39 plus inches. A yard is 36. Okay? But this is 1 meter. So when somebody says it's it's 5 meters away, that's 5 meters 6 end to end to end. Okay? But now, here's the issue though. My question is this. If you wanted to measure the width of the room, would this be a good tool? No. Actually, for me, it would be. It would be for me. All I got to do is lay this down probably, maybe about 10 times? I'm good with that. Compared to, what if I said, I want to see how far it is from here to Aden? Would this be a good tool? No, because then I got to go 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter all the way to Aden, right? So the issue here is this. If we want to measure how tall, I got to do a sit-up. If we got to figure out how tall this toilet tissue is, what dimension would you use? You would not use centimeters. Because you're in America. What would you use? Inches, right? If you wanted to measure how far Aden is, what would you use? Miles. Well, here's the issue. Does anybody know the connection between inches and miles? In other words, anybody know how many inches there are in a mile?
No, that's me.
See? My point is just, right now you're going like this. I don't know. So that's why if we look at Roman numeral 2, the SI system is a lot friendlier for you in converting stuff. Because the SI system uses a power of 10. Okay? We use the power of 10. Which means when we're using power of 10, that means we're going to be moving decimals and not having to do crazy configurations or conversions. So when we do the power of 10, we got to know, well, how do I increase? How do I decrease? And so in the SI system, if you want to increase or decrease value, all you got to do is attach a prefix. Okay? All you got to do is attach a prefix. So what prefixes do we need to attach? Well, that's what's on your sheet of paper right there. So what is the first prefix that we list? Kilo. What is the value of a kilo? Not the drug, the prefix. What's the value of a kilo? 1,000. What that means is, whatever I have, if I put kilo in front of it, it makes it 1,000 times more. So, this right here, we said that this was a what? This was a what? A meter. Alright? Because I'll get you there. This is a meter. So if I put kilometer, ever heard that word before? That's 1,000 of these end to end to end. Okay? That's what a kilometer is. That's why a kilometer is a much further measurement. Alright? What's the next prefix? Hecto. I call that one my Mexican prefix, right? You know Hector? You know a Hector? You don't. You're not really Spanish. Everybody knows a Hector. All right? Hecto means how much? 100. So it's 100 times bigger. Okay? The next one is deca, which is how many times bigger? 10. And then the next one is not really a prefix. Notice how I capitalize the entire word. Base is the middle. Okay? So that's not a prefix that you would attach. Meaning a base is when you have no prefix attached to the word. Like when I said this right here, when I said this was a what? A meter. Well, what was in front of the word meter? No. For this. You said this was a meter. What was attached in front of the word meter? Nothing. So therefore, this would be a base. Okay? Meter is a base. A base is basically any measurement without a prefix in front of it. Okay? That's what a base is. That's why the value is 1. Okay? If I want to make a number smaller, I could add deci, because deci is going to make it how much smaller? 1/10, the original size. If I want it really smaller, I can go with other prefix. Centi, which is 1/100th. And then milli. Ever heard of a milligram? Yeah. Milligram, okay? That's 1/1000th of a gram. If I took a gram, which is about the average, like a gram is usually about a paperclip. If I broke this up into 1,000 pieces, that'd be a milligram. Okay, so that's what we're talking about in this case. So, everybody understand what the prefixes are? Yes. Great. Let me show you now. We're going to convert something here, okay? So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do this 2 ways. I'm going to do it the hard way. Then I'm going to show you the easy way. So let's say, for example, we've got 5 kilometers. And I want to know how many centimeters that is equal to. Okay? So, I'm going to do this problem the hard way first. Okay? So, in the hard way, it's involving a lot of brackets and algebra kind of skills, what you could say. Alright? So, here's the first thing I know. I've got 5 kilometers. Does anybody know how many meters are in a kilometer? 1,000? All right. So now the question is this. Where do I put the 1,000? Do I put it up top or down below? Anybody having a good idea? Top? All right. Well, here we go. We're going to put it up top because 1 kilometer goes down below. All right. But then I ain't done yet because I still haven't gotten to centimeters. So does anybody know how many centimeters are in a meter? Huh? 36? Nope, more than 36. 39, not more than 39. Okay, there are 100. Okay, there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Okay, so now that I do this, all I got to do is math. So all I got to do is 5 times 1,000 divided by 1 times 100 divided by 1. All right, and when you do that, you're going to get a number. The number you're going to get is, you're going to get 500,000. Okay? But here's the problem, or I don't want to say the problem, but here's what makes it more involved for you. If you don't remember that conversion factor, then you're going to get it wrong. If you don't remember that conversion factor, remember some of you said 36 and 39, right? Then you're going to get it wrong. So it requires you to memorize a lot of conversion factors. That's why this is the hard way. Okay? Let me show you the easy way. Okay? The easy way, so we're going to do the exact same problem, 5 kilometers equals how many centimeters? All right? The easy way requires you to remember one thing, not a whole bunch of things, just one thing. And that is that King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay? King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. It's written on your paper. You may want to highlight it or circle it or underline it because it's written on your paper. That's the only thing you got to memorize. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Why do I want to remember that? Because that remembers me. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay? Now, because I have that up there, now I have my conversion scale. All right? I have my conversion scale. So therefore, again, what am I doing? I'm taking 5 kilometers, and I want to know how many centimeters that is equal to. So, my number is 5. What is the prefix that I started with? According to the problem, what's the prefix that I started with? Kilo. Which one of these letters up here stands for kilo? Okay, so there's my dot to start, right? The problem wants me to convert to what prefix? Centi. So therefore, which letter up there represents centi? C. So I'm going to put an X, because that's my target. First of all, which way is my decimal going to go? To the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my decimal right now? Right here. Right here. Where's the decimal right here? Right here? All right, so there's my decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put down my decimal. Get rid of my old. Fill these gaps with zeros. And then what number do I get? 500,000. Or a 5 with 5 zeros after it, correct? What did I get over here? A 5 with 5 zeros after it. But that way required me not to do any math whatsoever. All I had to remember was King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So that's the way we're going to convert in this room. Okay? We're going to do metric conversions, and we're going to convert using the easy method. However, if you choose to do the hard method, I don't care, as long as you get the right answer. Okay? So you choose whichever way you want to do it. So, let me give you another problem. So let's say we've got, let's say somebody took a pill. That's 500 milligrams. I want to know how many grams that is equal to. Okay? So again, the easy way says all I need to do is get my number. There's my number. Where's my decimal right now? Behind the zero. Okay? Now, what prefix am I starting from in the question? The M, because it's for milli, correct? Yeah. All right, so pay attention now, because again, I'm going to do this one, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm done. So I'm starting at milli. The question now is this. What prefix am I going to? Base. Because again, G has what letter in front of it? There is no letter in front of it. The G stands for grams. Grams is the base unit. There is no prefix. So I'm going to base right here. Here's your clue for those of you who are listening. When I only got one letter, it's always going to be the base. Anytime you just got one letter, it's always going to be the base. Okay? Now, for me to go to my dot to my X, which way do I got to go? Left. 1, 2, 3 spaces. So what am I going to do with this decimal right here? Go left. 1, 2, 3 spaces. When I do that, what's my new number? 0.500, right? We won't even get into the whole significant thing, right? If we're going to do significance, which I'm not worried about that for right now. Right now I'm worried about you knowing how to use that friggin' converting thing over there. Okay? But right now, how many significance did that number have? 1. So that means that this would only have to have 1. Okay? But we're not going to play that game yet. Right now, all I just want to make sure you know is how to convert. Okay? So don't worry about numbers right now. Worry about just moving decimals and how to do that. Are we good so far?
Yeah.
Jenny says yes, but nobody else said anything.
See.
So, let's do one more. We're going to go, let's go 25. Okay? That's the convert. That's the problem we're going to work at right here. Okay? So again, first of all, what's my number? All right, so 25 is my number. All right. Modelo, where's my decimal? Oh, how many devils do I got in?
Wait, what was it?
Where's my decimal? You know I'm talking to you. Don't even play no games. Yeah. I said my decimal. Huh? Where's my decimal? In front of the 2? All right. It ain't in front of the 2. Take a second guess. When you don't see it, it's always at the right end of the number. Okay? No, I'm just asking where it is right now. Because I haven't even figured out where we're moving it yet. Okay? So that's where it is right now. My question to you now. Ready? My devil, second question. Where is what prefix am I starting at up here? Okay? The what? The K? Alright, not the K. Alright, there's 2 of them. The one on the left or one on the right? Okay, good. But now look, remember, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, right? When you write down died, you're going to write down D. It's up to you to remember that there goes a K there for Deca. Because you got Deca and you got Deci. So here you got, we're starting at that point right there. Okay? Zacchaeus, where are we going? To the M? Alright, he says we're going over here to the right side to the M. Janie, you good with that? Alright, you shouldn't be. Because I just said, when there's only one letter, where are you going to? Base. Okay? Like, I understand, that's why I did this problem. Yes, there's an M. But that's not milli. Because if I were to say milli, you'd say milli what? Millimeter, milligram, milliliter? What are we talking about? Because there's only one letter, that's the base. Because that stands for meter. So we're going to the base, not to the milli. So therefore, when I move my decimal, I'm moving it how many spots? What direction? To the right. That gives my number to be 250. Okay? Got it? That is how you convert. Did we gone both ways yet, or we just gone right? We've gone left, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. That concludes the recording of this video.